Hello, everyone. How are we doing today? Do you guys remember this series? Do you? It's been a while. You thought I forgot about this series, didn't you? Didn't you? Well, no, I still remember it. It's been a very long time, though. At least a month or two since I last looked at this map, which is quite a long time. Far too long. Got distracted with Feed the Beast and many other things as well, eating up my time. Um, but I am very excited to get back into this and continue the project uh, because this is actually a game I really want to play myself. So it's kind of a driving force for me to finish it because I can actually play it then once it's done. Um, either with the Minecraft guys, we might play it together, hopefully, as sort of something similar to UHC, or as you know, play a lot of PvP with other people as well, and we're always looking for new games. So I think those guys would like to play this too when it's done. So, and of course, for my viewers too, for you guys, I'm sure some of you might want to play it too. So there's some driving force to finish this still, and I'm not giving up on it. But coming back to it, I'm able to look at it with fresh eyes, and we had something going on here. It was good, but I was able to make a lot of decisions that I was having a hard time with before really quickly today. So um, we're gonna. I'm just gonna mess around with the map for a few hours here, probably on my own, and I'll bring you guys back once I get some things sorted out with the looks and all that, and we have a clear direction of where we're going. And some time has passed, and we are back. So welcome to the new changes. I have a new look going on here. I hope you like it. I like it a lot. You like it? Yeah, you like it. Yeah. Okay. Um, yeah, I'm starting to use these quartz blocks, and I love them. They look really, really nice. It's kind of reminding me of like Fisher Price toys for some reason. It isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's this. It's like it got this really clean and bright colors, and I kind of like it though. Well, I don't kind of like it. I really like it. Quartz block is amazing. So in order to achieve this, I've moved this black wool out one more block further, and I destroyed a bunch of redstone doing that, which is okay. I plan on having to redo most of this anyway because rather than having all this complicated stuff in each of these player things, like this manual teleport and this item frame and all that, we decided, I think last time we were doing something like this. Just a simple ready, yes, no switch is all we're going to go for. Um, but yeah, I got a nice border that kind of connects to this part. So what I'm going to do here, by the way, the look of all this isn't necessarily final, just what I'm going with for right now. But what I'm going to do here, we're going to have a special room that only people with creative mode will be able to enter. So people that are opt on the server, they'll stand on a pressure plate, it'll teleport them through the wall to this room. There's going to be like a divider right here. People will be able to see it. Anyone that's not opt will be able to see it from here. But only people that are opt will be able to enter into here and change the game setup. So that's pretty cool. I got this idea from Traslander on the map Nail because in order to put people into spectator mode, he has a pressure plate and a command block thing that will detect if someone's in creative mode first, and if they're not, it doesn't let them do it. So that's what I'm doing here. Only if they're in creative mode they can get through. And I've just been messing around with this panel setup thing. This is to enable or disable teams. So the idea is, there's no wiring, sorry. We haven't gotten that far yet. But the idea is, somehow we have to tell our setup here how many players are going to be playing. Um, and we're going to use this panel here. It's all going to take place here. So if we want only two teams, we would have like the red and blue ready, or we might want different colors, whatever. We'll be able to control all that here. And when we flip these levers, what that's going to do, or my plan is to make the gates open like this, so that people can get inside these. And what was I going to do? I have these two lights on top here, right? One of these I'm going to use to tell if the team is enabled, like if that switch is down. So probably the left one. And then they're going to have a ready switch, which will still make the gate come up and lock them in when they're ready. And that will make the other light turn on as well. And if all enabled teams have their ready switch down, then the game will start. And there's also going to be a master ready switch in here too, which will be down by default in case a game admin wants to start the game instead of letting the players start it on their own. And yeah, so that's what we got so far. Also, just a quick reminder, since it's been such a long time since the last episodes, but this area in the back here, I've designated this specifically for like having game rules written down on signs and that players will be able to read and learn about the game, and that kind of thing. Also, I might want to include some fun stuff for people to derp around with while they wait for the game to begin back here somewhere, because that can take a little while and people need to be entertained. So yeah, that's what the back's for, or the plans for the back. Before I started recording, the thing I was working on is trying to decide how I want to lay out these panels. So we got the team selector. This here was meant for the difficulty selector. It's not set up either. Easy, medium, hard. And I just took a moment here to write stuff down on paper to get a clear idea of what I want to do. And the thing I was having trouble deciding on is if I want a number of rounds selector, or if people should just verbally decide before the game starts how many rounds they're going to play before a team wins. Like if it's going to take a team three wins to win the game. 3-round wins, I mean. Because each round's going to take 20 minutes. And yeah. Anyway, so I've decided to keep that in, but by default, no rounds are going to be selected, so people can verbally choose. And if they push a round selection, then the game's actually going to do some redstone to figure stuff out. And when a team wins, I might teleport them to like a winning room or something. I don't know how it's going to work. But yeah, I think instead of having this here, we're going to move it. Because probably the most important thing for this room is actually going to be the master ready switch. So we're going to put that right in the middle, I think. So let's take this out. Sorry. I worked so hard on you and now I'm destroying you again. I didn't like that gap in between either. It looks a lot better when they're all together like this. But since it's an odd number, this arena, I had that gap to center it. But now we can get them all together if we move this. Alright, so we're just going to have master ready switch in the middle. And then we will put the team selection on one side, I guess. We'll put it over here. Just leave a little border so that this divider doesn't block the view. And we need 8 lamps for that, for the 8 different teams. Then we want a randomizer buttons as well. So one more block for that. Little border. And then the pole will go there. Something like that. Alright. And I guess the number of rounds selector will be on this other side. Well, actually, no. You know what we'll do? We'll put the difficulty selector first, and then with whatever space, we'll put the round selector. That will make it even out anyway. I want everything to be... Well, actually, the difficulty selector is going to take a lot of space. This might not work. That only leaves us, like, this much space. That's no good. This one would go all the way up to this gray wall. Yeah, that didn't work out too well. I'm going to adjust it here. 1 second. Oh yeah, excellent. I got this all laid out now the way I want it to be. I'm pretty sure we won't have to adjust this. Oh, where'd this come from? Go away. Did I do that? Huh. Anyway, I don't think I'll have to adjust this unless I think of another option I need to include, but this should cover pretty much everything. We don't want this is already too much uh, as far as setup. It might be confusing for people playing the first time, but hopefully not. Everything's pretty straightforward. So we got the randomizer button over here. People press that if they want to randomize the teams. Anybody in the center circle thing will be chosen for the randomization and then put into their respective team color trough areas. And that will only be chosen from the enabled teams here. So this is our team enabler, and that determines how many teams are actually going to be in the game. Between 2 and 8 is the required amount, I guess. I'll have to add special protection to make sure people don't have just one team selected or no teams even. But by default, these two will be enabled. When people load up the map, the master ready switch will also be enabled by default. Then we have our round selector. And I've decided to have up to 6 rounds. You got to be really careful with this because each round can potentially make the game go much, much longer. So maybe I'll explain this in more detail. So this is number of round. I wrote it out like this. I hope this makes sense. 1 round win for victory. 2 round wins for victory. No, you didn't see that. No. 3 round wins for victory. So it's like first to 3. Three rounds wins it for a team. I hope that's clear by that wording. Wording, not wording. So if it's just 1 round and you have 2 teams, red and blue team, that means there's only going to be 1 round total. If there's 2 rounds selected between red and blue team again, that means either one round will be that means 2 rounds or 3 rounds will be played because either red team's going to win 2 in a row, or blue team will win 2 in a row, or red team will win 1, blue team will win 1, and then one more team has to win another. So that adds up to 3. And then if you go up to 3 rounds, it becomes much longer. And let's say you have 2 rounds enabled and you have all 8 teams playing. Again, it could end within 2 rounds if one team wins 2 in a row, or if you have one win for each team, that can add up to 9 rounds, and each round is 20 minutes, so time can add up really quick. So people are going to want to set this up according to how many teams they have and also how much free time they have to play. So I don't want to go up to like 9 rounds or 10 rounds really, because that's going to get really crazy, especially if there's lots of teams playing. Then we have our difficulty selector here, and I added these side panels here. Spectator mode, decided to put it in. Just give people invisibility potions and teleport them to the arena. Probably is the way I'm going to do that. It's not really all that useful, but hey, I got a free space there. And then go to stage selection. This is a new thing. Originally, my plan with this map was just to release several different maps with a different stage on each one. I'll go into more detail on the stages later, but I got the idea from Traslander again with the adjustments he made to Nail. He has different biomes and different stages on the map, like 5 or 6 different ones. It just teleports all the players to a different area, sets their spawns to a different area, depending on the stage. So by doing this, my map's going to be a lot more useful. Instead of having to have like all these different files, people will be able to have have a bunch of maps collected together in one here. Because the problem, this is a problem I'm going to have with my map or my game design. If people play a stage, they're going to memorize where stuff is, possibly. So we want lots of different choices so people don't have to keep playing the same one over and over. Alright. I'm not really sure why, but every time I leave this world and come back, I get this weird lighting glitch right down the middle. We are on a chunk, like we're at 0 for Z. That's where it's happening. I don't know exactly why. Actually, I don't know why it's happening. If you guys know, please let me know. I'm a little worried about it though. Hopefully, it's not going to become a big problem. But it doesn't matter too much right now anyway. So, here's what I did. I wired up the selector panels. They're cool. They're amazing. I love them. It's my own design, in fact. I was looking on YouTube for selector panel designs, and I couldn't find one that really worked for what I wanted here. Namely, like this look where you have the block on the bottom, block on the top, and the ones I know how to build are all inverted, so your selection is the light that's off instead of the one that's on. And I don't know, it's just kind of backwards. So I wanted to come up with one like this. See, I can switch game mode this way, real easy, hard, easy. And I'm actually really happy with the selector, so I might make a tutorial on it later today that I'm releasing this video. But just in case I don't, here's a quick overview of it. I actually adjusted it a little bit from my original design because it didn't work with this setup quite right because of this extra one block border here. Messed me up. But it's not really much bigger, if it is any bigger. So that's cool. Got a reset over here. Alright. Anyway, so we got that taken care of more or less. What we should figure out is how exactly are we going to separate this room. And what I was thinking, let's do it like we have this. Oh, hey, it's working. Look at all those mobs. Wow. Whoop. This grass is going to be gone too, by the way. This is just temporary. We need a floor for here too. Let's try, like we could do glass, by the way. The reason I'm doing nether brick fences already is because we used them before. But if we did glass as a separator, you get all those white lines, which I don't really like. But maybe be okay. Thing about nether brick fences, though, is people could punch each other over them, too, I think. So we might have to have something above. I actually just saw a tutorial by Amlup where he showed this way of using invisible blocks in the game, and I might do that instead. Just have invisible blocks above this fence that can't be broken. That could be cool. But anyway, have another brick fence to see what it looks like. Yeah, I definitely want that open feel. I love the way this looks. It might just be me, I might be crazy, but I love it. But then we also have this opening area over here, which we don't want. So let's cover that up too. Let's use black wool for that. And maybe we'll just do this, see what this does. I actually kind of like building with wool now. I don't normally build with wool, but it's pretty cool. It's easy to hide stuff. That kind of works. Do we want something else over here, though? Or is this okay? I don't know. Don't know. I'll think about it. But I do like that with the black wool. But we do need the pressure plates areas to teleport. We could have them over here. And then change this. This will only work if I can get that invisible block thing to work, though, I guess. Oops. There we go. So we'll have step on the pressure plate. If you're in creative mode, it will take you to probably the middle here or something. Then in the middle here, we'll have a return pressure plate. Yeah. How are we going to do that? Let's do it like this, maybe? You got to decide a floor for in here. Return pressure plate. We'll have another one on the other side, just to balance out the look. Lots of tedious stuff like this in map making. I've been trying to skip most of it, but you know, just to help you see what goes in, what's involved in it. And this isn't even really, this isn't really map making. Some people could probably get this all done in a day, and I'm spending forever on it. That's not bad. Might move this in one more block yet, though, and have like another, like a black border. And put the fence over top of that. And then we might have to move all this back one, too. Decisions. Anyway, I think I'm going to wrap this episode up for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it and are excited about the map like I am. Now that I have this stuff in place, it's going to be a lot easier for me to do the redstone because I know exactly where I need to connect to and from. I'll try to wire these up too and maybe do a quick overview of it next episode. We'll see how it goes though. But thank you for watching, guys. Have a great day.